I was in the newsroom. I was anchoring the morning and noon newscast, and I had this gap in my schedule. And I went in and talked to my boss, and I asked her if I could go cover the state legislature between my two news anchoring positions. And I gave her all the reasons why it was a good idea. And she listened, and then she said, I want you to go cover City Hall. And I thought I was being punished for something. I didn't. You know, I'd been to City Hall, but I wasn't exactly sure how to get there. You know, I mean, you got to remember, back then, you didn't go downtown unless you had a reason to. And generally, there weren't all that many reasons to go down there. So I got directions, you know, remindful directions about how to get here and where to park. And I walked in, and I sat down right over there where Dennis Clowers is sitting today. And I didn't even know that the media was supposed to sit up there. I just wandered in. It was like the third meeting before I ever turned around and found out that I was supposed to be up there. But in that first meeting, something life-changing happened for me. I saw citizens standing right here, 10 feet in front of their elected officials, pleading their case and talking about whatever issue was important to them. And I love that immediacy. And I realized as I was kind of doing the self-examination of what I wanted to do with the next half of my professional career, I was wanting to make a difference, and I saw that City Hall was where a person could make a difference. And so it was, you know, less than 2 years after that I left television, ran for city council, and then ultimately was elected mayor. But I think one of the aspects that we have maintained, what I saw that day and what has been maintained since, is that there's all sorts of inequities in the world. People have different amounts of money, they have different opportunities, but once they enter this room, everybody's voice matters the same. Everybody has a voice, everybody has an opinion, and nobody's opinion is more important than anybody else's. And I've always been proud of this council, before I was on it and after I've been on it, that we listen to people and try to make the best decision for the citizens of Oklahoma City, keeping in mind that relationship between the citizen and the elected officials is extremely important. You know, somebody has to make the agenda, and that's the city manager, and somebody has to run the meeting, that's the mayor. But everybody should be treated as an equal once they enter this room. And as I leave office, I really feel proud that we've kept that going, because it doesn't feel like that's universal throughout government or throughout elected politics. I want to thank my family. You know, two of my granddaughters are here. They've never known a day when their grandfather wasn't the mayor, so they won't know what that feels like either. My three sons were here. They were in high school and college and just graduating when this all took place 14 years ago. So certainly I've had, you know, personal growth, and through that opportunity, the ability to travel and talk about Oklahoma City's story, and most of all, learn from other cities by example, and try and bring some of those ideas back and figure out how we can do better. But I think I always, if you realize you're always got to fall back on something. My parents taught me to work hard, dream big, and give back. And the way that I've chosen to lead is by reminding myself that we've got to continually raise our standards. And I've asked every board member, commission member, from time to time, you'll have an opportunity to raise the standards for what we do. Try and raise them, because we're not going to proceed as a city based on what the council and I do up here. We move forward many times based on boards and commissions and citizen input, and creating higher standards for what it means to live in this city. And by those higher and higher standards, we have, by many ways, come further faster than any city in the United States history. So it's been fun to be along for the ride. Terry, thank you so much for being patient when I wake up at 3 in the morning and have an idea. And she listens to it as opposed to telling me to go back to sleep, because that's probably going to continue to happen. But you know, when a person enters elected office, they take their family with them. And you know, I always think it's easier on the elected official than it is those that care about them. because it can be very personal, and there's trying times, sure, but you know, the rewards are great, and certainly the opportunity to be the mayor of this city is the opportunity of a lifetime for me. So thank you all very much.